Hello everyone, welcome to this rhythm guitar study. In this rhythm guitar study, you will see a $5 PDF play along package that gives you the rhythm guitar from this track as well as the lead guitar. Download that package, get the rhythm guitar down, and then go to the sister video that's linked below and learn all of the bending strings melodies. With this one, you will really find yourself learning to be creative and playing rhythm guitar and lead guitar well.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
All right, that's Sophie, my cat, right there in the background. All right, let's talk about left-hand technique with power chords. This measures 1 through 4. We're playing this A5 or A, E, A power chord. 5, 7, 7. Now, in order to get the left hand to do this power chord, I always am using my first finger to play the 5th fret on the 6th string. The options that exist are with how you get the 7 on the 5th and 7 on the 4th. One way I see people doing it and students doing it is by playing the first finger here and then barring 7 and 7 here with the 3rd finger. The other way to get it is you can play 1 on the, on the 6th string, 5th fret, 7 with your 3rd finger on the 5th string, and 7 with your pinky on the 4th string. And then the last way to get it is by using your pinky to bar the 7 and 7 on the strings 5 and 4. And then I will often use my 3rd finger to come on top of the pinky and provide some support. This is probably how I'm going to play it because it feels physically relaxed to bar it with my pinky. But if you, whatever position, using your 3rd finger, 3 and 4, or just 4, whichever one feels good to you is the one you're going to want to use. Just experiment with it and see what you can figure out. All right, thanks. On to the next. Let's take a look at the right hand for measures 1 through 4. And I would imagine that the techniques here are going to apply through most of this study. But I'm using all downstrokes to get that sound. You could use upstrokes and get almost the same exact sound, but for me, I feel more secure and more rhythmically in line if I'm just doing downs the whole time. I think that's the strongest and wisest way to play this, but if you feel like upstrokes is the way to go for you, then maybe that's what's best for you to do. I think either way or a combination of both, whatever works. All right, so I'm going to talk about a little bit of left hand technique and the rhythmic values of measures 1 through 4. So with the left hand technique, I'm sliding up with my first finger on the 6th string, 0, 3, 5. Now, the rhythmic way that this is played, if you just get it to where you can play along with me accurately, that's all you really need to be able to do, and reproduce it with the drums. That's what you do. Play along with me in the examples I do in the next little section of this video. Get it where you know it, and then go play along with the drum track on your own. You don't have to know that it comes in on the end of 3 and beat 4, and then beats 1 and 2, the end of 3 and the end of 4, like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. You don't have to be able to count and play it. All you have to do is be able to play along with me enough that you can then go to the drums and play along with the drums. Then, if you can do it without the drums and keep good time, on your own without the drums, that's a great feat to accomplish as well. Maybe tapping your leg or bobbing your head will help you keep time. Now here's some examples with me playing along with the drum track. Be sure to get it down, then go play with the drum track on your own without any assistance. Measures 1 through 4 with the drums. Get this down over and over. I'll give you several examples counting in. Once you feel comfortable, go to the drum track, and the drum track, play along with it and get it down. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, that was one example. Measures 1 through 4. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Two examples. Let's do one more, then we'll be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. Go practice that with the drum machine, see if you can get it on your own. Let's do some creative examples where we take what you learned and change it just a little bit to make it your own thing, composing new material with what you already have learned. Hopefully you can listen to these and it'll help free you up to kind of make your own thing with the drums. Example, had a new little idea right there at the end, so let's pursue that idea. 3, 4. All right, that was kind of fun. I added a new chord there, that E chord at the end. I'm going to do one more example. Here we go. Maybe a little awkward with the last little bit, but it was still, a new idea, and I think it worked. It worked pretty good. I hope these little examples help you to be creative with this material. All right, so don't forget to download the practice guide PDF. It has everything already written out for you. It's going to help this lesson to make so much more sense, especially when it comes to learning the part and being able to play along with it. So we are going to ignore measures 5 through 8 in this piece because it's the same as measures 1 through 4. Now we're looking at measures 9 through 12. It's the exact same thing, except now we're on the 5th string. And the power chords that we're using for that are the same technique. We have the left hand here with the 1 on the 5th fret of the 5th string, and then I somehow got to get 7 on 4 and 7 on 3. So in order to do that, I can do my first finger here and bar with my 3rd finger, or I can use my 3rd and 4th finger to get those 2 7s, or I can use my pinky like that and bar with my pinky. Any of those techniques works just fine. We're also sliding up with the 1, on the 5th string, 0, 3, 5. That's all you need to know about the left hand. And again, we're on measures 9 through 12 in the Play Along PDF. The next most helpful thing to try to understand about measures 9 through 12 is the rhythm. Now, with this, I made this a beginner pretty much study for power chord riffs. And so the same rhythm plays throughout the entire piece. That's intentional. That way the music is accessible, it's a little easier, and in order to play the entire piece, you don't have to learn that much new material. So we have the same rhythms from measures 9 through 12. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. And then it goes back to A minor after that. But it's the same exact rhythms, it's the same exact method. Get to where you can play along with me with the drums, get it down really good, you feel relaxed, then go to the drum track. In the description of this video, there's a time code for the drum track, and play along with it until you got it. And then after that, see if you can play on your own. Oh, excuse me. And keep good time on your own without the drum track. That's the 3 steps. Play with me, play with the drums, keep time on your own. Here we are with measures 9 through 12 with the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, then it goes back to A minor. We'll look at that next, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Example of this little 4-measure phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, so you can repeat it over and over if you need to practice it and not do just 4 measures at a time. If you can loop it, that's a good idea. Also, the skill of being able to play with the drum track on your own. Remember, that's step 2. And then step 3 is being able to keep the rhythm successfully on your own without the assistance of the drum track at all. All right, have fun. All right, so here's some creative examples with this bar chord thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in that example, I moved the bar chord around and actually changed it between those two. Here's another example. Maybe I'll use some more zeros in this one. 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, that one I used some more zeros. I came in a little earlier. And I shifted around between these two. Let's see, we'll do one more. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I used that bar chord below it a little bit more in that one than I did in the others, you know, just to make a new melody. It almost sounded like we were going to C. I hope these little creative examples help liberate you to be creative on your own. Okay, so remember the downloadable PDF. It will help you to navigate this lesson. We are going to ignore measures 13 through 16 because they're exactly the same as measures 1 through 4. Now I'm going to look at measures 17 through 20. And there's a difference in the way that I play it sometimes than the way it's written. The way that it's written is 0, 3, 0 with the chord happening on beat 1. But sometimes I'll go and play beat 1 as just a 0. Or beat 1 with the chord. Either one works. I actually like 0. And then using 0 as kind of like a pedal point. You can actually strum it and do a little creative things with it. As long as you play that da 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 da. It can be kind of creative and fun in that way. All right, so that's the first thing to think about, measure 17 through 20. Now let's take a look at the left hand techniques and get specific with that. All right, so let's look at the left hand technique for measure 17 through 20. I'm using my first finger to catch that 3 on the 6th string. Then I go up, it feels natural, like a C dominant 7 chord shape in the open position. I just use that same shape with my 3rd finger now on the 7th fret. And I'm just playing the 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings with the 6th opening. Now this one is the 3rd finger is on the 7th fret of the 5th string, 2nd finger's on the 6th fret of the 4th, and pinky is on the 7th fret of the 3rd. That's E, G sharp, and D. You can get it with the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or you can do it with E, G sharp, D with 1, 2, 3. Whichever one works best for you. And it's kind of fun to shake the chord. You know, it gives it a little energy. So anyway, there's your left hand techniques. Have fun. Okay, so here we are with the measure 17 through 20 with the drum track. I'm probably going to improvise a little bit with the low E while I'm playing the rhythms. And I'll probably shake the chord a little bit with my left hand just for fun. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Example. Here we go. Let's do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, that was another example. Remember, when you're practicing this with the drum track on your own, you can just loop it over and over if you want. Here's one more example counting in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, that's a fun one. I really like the way that sounds. It's so cool. All right, so now we're going to do some creative examples, mostly using 0 and 3 and 0 and this chord, but I might use the 5th 3, 5 as well. Here we go. 3 little short examples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, that was one using 3 and 5. Remember, when you come up with them yourself, they don't have to be mine. These are just meant to help you see that you can do it a different way. Here we go. That's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that was pretty fun. one just using zeros and threes and getting kind of wild and crazy and woolly. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That last one pretty long, but you know, you can sit and just make up phrase after phrase after phrase if you're able, all different ones, and then record it and choose the one you like the most and turn it into a hit song. All right, let's move on to the next bit in this study. Okay, so helpful knowledge for measures 21 through 24. Measures 21 and 22 are just measures 1 through 4. And measures 23 and 24 are just the same thing we did with 17 through 20. And I'm playing it with a 0 on beat 1 almost every single time. So that's all you really need to know. If you're having trouble with these techniques associated with this measures 21 through 23, just look back at measures 1 through 4 or 17 through 20. They explain everything you need to know. Let's jump right in with just playing this phrase with the drums accurately. And then you can go play it yourself with the drums accurately. Measures 21 through 24 with the drum track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Do a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Cool, that was 2. One more and we'll be done. I'll give you some creative examples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Examples. All right, remember to follow along in the PDF. It's only a couple dollars. These creative examples are for measures 21 through 24. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's combining the A power chord and the E dominant 7. Remember, these creative examples, you don't have to copy them. They're just meant to give you insights into being creative in your own way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Just using 0, 3, and 5 on the 6th string in different ways. Here's one more example. 1, 2, 3. Any of that kind of stuff works. As long as it phrases within 4 measures, you're good. Go have some fun, be creative, enjoy this, write some awesome songs using this material. All right, everybody, let's do a quick overview of how we're going to get into putting all these parts together. I think it's a real must for you to get the $5 play-along PDF. It's got transcriptions of the rhythm guitar and the lead guitar and bass guitar, so you can study the lead guitar video that's in the link of this description and the rhythm guitar. It's a great value. Okay, you're going to need it to follow along in this section. Playing this whole form on rhythm guitar by yourself or with a drum machine is quite difficult to memorize. You're probably going to want to have it to follow along. Now, if you play along with the actual track with the lead guitar can help you with clues or cues to when you're going to go to the next section. But if you don't have those cues, it can be quite difficult. So following along with the PDF will help. However, in the end, you want to be able to play this rhythm guitar track by yourself without the drum machine. So the step-by-step process is going to be play along with me in the video, Get to where you really know each section, go do that same section with the drum machine, and then see if you can do it without the drum machine on your own and keep good time. All right, let's jump right in and get going with this study. Okay, so the first section that we're going to work on is going to be measures 1 through 8. In the technique videos that I did in the earlier portion of this video lesson, they were all 4-measure phrases, just getting the physical act of playing down and each phrase down. But the first section of this song is actually an A minor section that lasts for 8 measures, which is measures 1 through 8, and then again going to be 25 through 32. But right now, just think of it as measures 1 through 8. You want to play along with me enough that you know what that full 8 measures feels like. If you do that enough and you know what it feels like and you can go do it with the drums and then do it on your own, you know you've achieved what's necessary to truly know this first 8 measures. I'm going to play through the first 8 measures with the metronome a couple of times, and then at the end of the phrase, I'm going to play the pickup and the first beat of measure 9 so that we can have a heads up for what's coming next, because we're going to do measures 1 through 8, and then we're going to do measures 1 through 12. Here we go with measures 1 through 8 with the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That gives you the pickup into measure 9. I'll give you one more example, then I'm going to move on. Remember to practice this with me with the drum, then go do it with the drums, and then be able to do it with on your own, keeping good time without the drums. Here we are. One more example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're going to move on and we're going to do measures 1 through 8 with measures 9 through 12. You remember measures 9 through 12. Remember that is only 4 measures, okay? And we're just going to tack that on the end of the 8 measures of A minor. If you feel like you don't need to go be this thorough with the memorization, then maybe you can skip ahead or find your own way to do it. For now, I'm going to guide you through it this way because I think this is thorough enough to make sure that everybody who wants to learn this will be able to. So here we are going on to doing measures 1 through 8 and 9 through 12 with the drums. Here we are with measures 1 through 8 and measures 9 through 12. So measures 1 through 12, back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So I gave you the pickup from measure 12 to measure 13, which is 13 through 16 is the next phrase, and it's just an A minor. So I'm only going to play through it one time. If you need to practice this more than once, which you probably do, just go back at the beginning of this time code and start it over, and use YouTube to just get it right there where you need it and practice it over and over till you get it down, and you could do it with the drums, then on your own and keeping good time. So in order to be thorough enough that I think I can make this music accessible to everyone and all students that I typically see capable of handling this kind of music, I am going to go through and do measures 9 through 16 next. So be sure to get the PDF. It's measures 9 through 16. We have 4 measures of the D power chord, then 4 measures of the A minor power chord. Once you can do those 2 sections together, then we'll go back and look at measures 1 through 16. But first, let's do measures 9 through 16. So it's going to sound like this. So that little pickup at the end is actually from measure 16 to 17, which is a whole nother section. Okay, if you feel like this is going over too little at a time for yourself, then you can maybe skip ahead or find a better way. But hopefully this is helping you to get this whole piece of music down for the rhythm guitar. Here we have measures 9 through 16 with the drums. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Got through to measure 13. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Cool, getting it done. All right, now let's do measures 1 through 16. All right, so this next section is going to be measures 1 through 16. It's a very long section. You're probably going to need the PDF guide to help you stay on until you truly memorize this section of music. Now, I suggest as soon as you can play it with me, looking at the PDF guide accurately, then go and try to do the same thing with the drums. And then see if you can do the same thing playing on your own without the drums by looking at the PDF guide. But eventually what you want to do is be able to do this section from memory without the aid of the visual element of the PDF guide telling you what chord comes next, kind of thing. So, it's up to you how far you want to take this study and how much you think you need to do to memorize the entire form. Again, I'm going through this in a detailed manner to try to make it accessible for everyone. I hope you find this helpful. Repeat this time code to practice it over and over. I'm only going to give one example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That was to measure 17, a little bit of measure 17. Again, if you need to practice this, just repeat the time code over and over. All right, so in the spirit of making this as accessible as possible, I'm now going to go on to the next section where we actually going to be playing measures 13 through 20. So we'll learn the small 8 measure section of 13 through 20. And then we're going to come back and play all the way from 1 through 20. So this is just coming from A to E. And when we change measures to E, I'm usually just playing a 0 on beat 1. Instead instead of, and you'll hear me do some improvisatory kind of like extra rhythms with my right hand. Feel free to explore that as an option. I find it helps me to stay on and be in the groove. So anything that helps you stay in the groove is a good thing. Here we are, measures 13 through 20 with the drum machine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. On the pickup and first note of measure 21. Here we go. One more example just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Put measures 1 through 20 together. Insights into being able to play measures 1 through 20 are exactly the same as we did with measures 1 through 16. The PDF download is going to help you to follow along. It'll give you a visual guide and reference point. You can play along with it with me in the video in my examples that I give you, then use it to play along with the drums, and then on your own, keeping time on your own. All of that while looking at the video guide. However, in the end, you want to be able to play this from memory. So trying to play it and getting it down where you can not look at the music at all is the best thing possible. Once you learn the whole thing, you can play along with the study and let the melody of the study guide you. In fact, that may be the best thing for you to do. You may try to get each little section and then just go to the entire section. I'm trying to make this as accessible as possible to everyone, so I'm going through small sections and then putting those small sections together until finally we have one big section that is the entire form. We're almost there. Here we go, measures 1 through 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Example going to be given. If you need to practice, just repeat this time code over and over. All right, here we are on the last section that we need to put together. The small section is measures 17 through 24. This is the last 8 measure bit, and then the form just repeats. So from there, from 25 to 48 is everything that we learned, measures 1 through 24, just repeating. Okay, so when we're doing this section, we're gonna use the 0 on the sixth string, right there on beat 1. Back to A, then E, then A. If you get that down, then you've got the ending to the piece down too. This is a study, a bend study, really, and a power chord study. So if you want to get both the lead guitar part and the rhythm guitar part for this video down, they're in that PDF package. It's only $5, and you got 2 hour-long videos to help you out. All right, here we go. Let's put those sections 17 Measure 17 through 24 with the drums. 17 through 24 with the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's have one more example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We are to the last section of music that we have to learn. Measures 1 2 through 24 simply repeat with measures 25 through 48 or 49 in this case. So we have learned everything we need to learn up until now. The method is going to be the same. If you use the $5 PDF printout of this music to follow along, that's great. Use it as a visual guide and play along with me in the video, and then take the visual guide and play along with the drums. Then take the visual guide and play along on your own, keeping good time through all 24 measures, or all 48 if you want. However, it's going to be best for you to memorize this material. Once you've started memorizing and you play along with the actual study that I did that's at the very beginning of this video with the lead guitar, there are melodic cues in the lead guitar to let you know what's happening in the study. Once you've heard it enough, you'll be able to follow along with those cues, so that might help. But in the end, you want to be able to do this from memory on your own, both with the drums and without, keeping good time. Here we are, measures 1 through 24 with the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to do the one example with the drums. Repeat this time code if you need to practice it some more. The last example I'm going to make is me playing measures 1 through 24 in rhythm without the drums. Once you've gotten this step down, you know you've got it. I'm tapping my leg and dancing my torso and bobbing my head to keep in time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's it. I will provide some backing tracks for you guys to play along with. Enjoy yourself. Go learn the bending string study as well. get the lead guitar and the rhythm guitar down, then you're really on your way.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three. One, two, three, four. One,